Here we go. Welcome back, guys. You're listening to Deacon Live. My name is the Deacon, and give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio at 407-448-8800. And we are located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Make sure you go to the Prophet Radio website and click on the Be Heard section. All that stuff comes straight here to the studio, and you can be heard right here on the air. And my name is the Deacon, and over to my far right-hand side is Teacher Man. Teacher Man! He's not saying anything. Oh, well, we've got a stand-in in over there. We have a dummy head. If you're watching the video and stuff, we have a dummy head of Teacher Man. And he's sitting over there and just kind of... I need someone to look at when I do the show. I got so used to looking over the microphone and over the monitors and stuff at him. So I set this up. So if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, which is on the Prophet Radio stuff, you can get all that, and you can make sure you subscribe to all this, to all that. We're giving away a lot of free stuff. Make sure you join on all that stuff. And on today's show, speaking of joining in on stuff, on today's show, is brick and mortar losing it to clicks and sorters? The top and bottom three of our fan base. I don't qualify to be a hero anymore, and holy Christ, it has been 50 years, and as well as your input through all the Prophet Radio websites and all our social pages. So, one thing I like to do, I haven't done it a couple times, everyone knows, a big stretch. Oh man, I go up with the left, I go up with the right. You guys might know, I was doing the acupuncture and the physical therapy and the chiropractor and stuff. I got 4 left on my thing, on my whatever contract and stuff, and I haven't been using it, but I got a little, I know I've got like a little knowledger on my spine, made up word, little knowledge. Anyways, my spine doesn't line up on like the 4th vertebrae left interior motive molar on the I spin tooth. But so it's sometimes it gets out of whack and stuff. And the funny part is I work out every day. And I go to the gym, and there's this one thing where you kind of sit with your chest in front of on these pads, and your lower body twists. And when I twist it to one side, I can feel pop. And then I twist to the other side. You know, you spin the thing around and you twist to the other side, pop. And then I'm like going, that felt kind of good, you know, and it's this one machine. So, yeah, I get on that, and then I get, come home and I lay in bed on my new mattress and the purple mattress and whatnot. I lay on that, and then I get up in the morning, and then it's a struggle to walk around for the rest of the day. I don't know. My back, I'm losing it. Ugh. Hope you guys are doing good. I hope everyone's doing good out there. We appreciate you guys listening to us, and we appreciate you so much. I'm going to give you the top 3 and the bottom 3. I hate to say the bottom 3 because the bottom 3 is like the people that are just getting into the Deacon Live experience. They're just understanding, hey, have you heard about this? Hey, have you heard about the Deacon Live and Teacher Man? And they're running around just doing bullshit and shooting shit. Not shooting, but, just shooting the shit and whatnot. And some of the stuff that they say, kind of relates to me and doesn't relate to me. And, we try to be non-political as much as possible. We do get we go back and forth, tooth and nail, back and forth. But we try not to, I don't want to separate everyone. I don't want to. It's one big place. It's one big place. We hug you. We bring you in. We love you, and we just want to talk about stuff in daily life that happens between us all. Stuff that just kind of connects us all together. And so one of the things that connects us all together is the doctor. The doctor. I'm going to get into the top 3 and bottom 3 here in a minute. But the doctor visits. People at a certain age, men, women, certain ages, they have to go to the doctor. And, you don't have to. You don't have to go to the doctor. You can do whatever you want. You can run around all day long with your hair on fire. They don't care. But if you have, you have a certain time where you have good insurance. Excuse me. This is going to happen a lot, by the way. So you get to a certain point where you have good insurance and you maintain and establish, and you get to a certain age. I hate to say a certain age, but what happens is, you go to the doctor and then you do your yearly annual physical. And, they take your blood and they do your blood pressure and they do all the stuff that goes with that. And for the last 3 years, my blood pressure has been really, really good. Really, really good. But in the same sense, I just started a regular routine. I mean, if you listen to past podcasts, I go to work. I come here to the station. I work out. I come to the station, and then on my lunch break for an hour, I leave, and there's a gym right down the road, Planet Fitness, and I work out for an hour. Now, as I've been doing this, I feel myself getting stronger. I feel myself, I'm not there to impress anyone. I'm not there to lose. I don't want to fit into a size 7. I just want my clothes to feel comfortable. I want myself to feel comfortable when I walk around. When I look in the mirror, oh my God, there's a little not divot, but a little indentation, a little bit more muscle tone that a man at a certain age or even a woman at a certain age didn't see or has not seen since they were in high school. And if you were physical in high school and you could eat 15 Big Macs and your body would eat that up and metabolize it, and then you go out and play basketball or whatever, roller skate or dance or whatever you did. And then somewhere your body, of course, just breaks down and doesn't, 15 Big Macs ends up being 5 bites of a Big Mac. And you're like going, oh, I shouldn't eat the last 3 bites. You're just like, oh, that's going to kill me. It's going to kill me. Well, I'm at that point in my life now, late 30s, early 40s, whatever you want to put me. And that's what's happening with me right now. And, the doctor always says, and you have the main, see, I'm confused about this. You have the main doctor, the head guy, the guy who just calls all the shots. And then you have a nurse practitioner, which I guess, I don't know what the trade-off is. She writes prescriptions. She wrote me prescriptions. And she did basically the same thing that the main doctor guy did. I guess the main doctor guy has got other stuff going on. And the nurse practitioner, she's like a pinch hitter, right? For the most part, could be a pinch hitter. Doc, I got this one. Straight up physical. I got it. Yep. I'm going to hit his knees. I'm going to look in his eyeballs and stick my fingers in his ass. Yep, I got it. I can do it. So she comes in. But, outside of her sticking her fingers in my ass, which we do once a year, she asked me about, my diet, my health and stuff. Now, for the last 3 years, I've been trying to eat right, eat well, eat good, exercise, like I said, on a regular basis, for 2 years straight. For 2 years straight, Monday through Friday, you could find me at Planet Fitness, not naked, running around doing yoga, but from noon to 1 o'clock, you would find me there. Treadmill, free weights, cables, all the machines and all that stuff, just trying to get myself into some kind of condition. And I guess it's me fighting, they say guys at, whatever age goes through a midlife crisis. And instead of me going out and buying my $250,000 Maserati or whatever that is, my midlife crisis, as much as I'm fighting it, is just maintaining some kind of health, some kind of stature. A man, when he looks in the mirror and he's got, there's a scene from I think Pulp Fiction. I'm a big fan of Pulp Fiction. Bruce Willis and his little French girlfriend. No, I don't want to make love to an ape. You look like a gorilla. a man with a pot belly looks like a gorilla. And she says, I want my perfect ass, perfect tits, perfect, whatever, but a nice plump round pot belly, which is, she says, is sexy on a woman. But guys want to be, and there's different religions, there's different cultures and stuff. I know a lot of, you see these Latin, Spanish women that are just beautiful, 36, 24, 36, and they're dating this freaking slug who's got hair that's coming off the back of his neck. But that's what they like. I say they like, those people. Here I go again, Deacon, calling people out. But for the most part, I mean, each to his own and whatnot, and what you find attractive in one person, you might not, other people might not find attractive in another. And I forget what movie it is. They say it's I think it's Pulp Fiction again. Pulp Fiction. It's more. You'd be surprised what's more appeasing to the eye as to appeasing to the touch, which makes perfect sense. If you're dating someone and their body, you feel their body and you're like going, oh, they're beautiful and stuff, and then you feel them and they're like going, oh, you feel like a freaking dried bag of ramen noodles. You don't want that. You're afraid to punch them. Not that you're gonna punch them unless they get out of line, but they feel like a dried bag of ramen noodles before you put the water in, and you're like going, that's not very sexy. You might be beautiful on the outside, but you physically, attraction wise, if you want to be intimate with them and you feel them and you're like going, anyways. So I went to my doctor, and I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened, and I think the government. I think that this is what I think's happening. I think the government, the FDA, or whatever the people who declare what regulations as far as what levels are supposed to be at certain levels, they changed them. I think about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, and what was normally fine, hey, guess what? Deacon, you're normally fine. And then they find out that, oh, you know what? You're not fine anymore. And we're going to give you all this medication. So I'm going to tell you how my doctor's visit went. And I want your response. How do you feel about that, or if you've been through this before? So give us a call here at the station, 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. You're listening to Deacon Live. Minus Teacher Man. I'll be right back. Boop. I have to get the numbers from the podcast. Whew. Last month. Use the restroom. I'll be right back. Let's see. I want to export this. Give me one sec. I didn't do this beforehand, so please forgive me. Guess I could do it live. Wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Matter to you guys. All right, here we go. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call at the station anytime at 407-448-8800. Make sure you follow us on the Twitter. The best thing I can say for you guys that want to get more connected to the show is go to the Prophet Radio, PROPHET radio.com, and you can see all our social network stuff that's available there. You can also hear the music that you hear in between breaks. They supply all the music between our breaks and stuff, and then commercials of other shows and stuff that are on the Prophet Radio website. And Teacher Man, unfortunately, is not here. He, you heard a couple episodes ago, he was flying up to New York. As far as I know, he's up there with, I think he's got maybe 200 to 300, the 1K run, the run to 1K, 1,000 downloads per day. He's got a couple of rolls of those. He's handing out to people in the New York area. And I want you guys to know who's listening to the show. And we're going to go by country. And this is the top. We're going to do the top. Oh, if you're watching the video and stuff, on the bottom of the screen, you can see my actual screen while I'm talking on the air. So anything I see on my monitor and stuff, you can see on the very bottom of the screen. So the top, but let's do bottom three first. So there's somewhere in North America that's not being registered. These are the bottom three. And then Oman and then Morocco are the bottom three. I guess we just got a little spurt there. But, of course, you get United States, number one. United Kingdom, number two, and that's in Europe. Duh. And then Sweden's number three. We're number three. Or number three is our most downloads is in Sweden. Now, I'm going to go to the U.S., and this is what kills me the most. I love this. I love to see this. So the bottom three... Let's see the full list. Bottom three, unfortunately, is Illinois. I guess they're just getting on board. Oregon and Michigan. And my wife was like going, it's Illinois. And I go, no, it's Illinois. It says right on the thing, Illinois. Illinois. Noise. And she's like, no, it's Illinois. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the top three. In the United States for download on Deacon Live is New Jersey number one, Maryland number two, California number three, and we broadcast out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and they're number four. So what's going on, Charlotte? Let's get it together. Let's get it together. And Maryland's creeping up on New Jersey anyways. Those are the stats for the station. And, share, pass around Deacon Live. We love it. We love for you guys to do that. And something else. Oh, God. I just want you to say, I just want to say to you is, you guys take care of yourself. Does that make sense? I don't know. Did I lead into something? We were going into the top three and bottom three. And you guys, make sure, that's what I want to say. Make sure you email Deacon at prophetradio.com to get your 1K sticker. And if you don't have your 1K sticker, I don't have one. I'm looking around the studio. I think Teacher Man took them all. Teacher Man's got them all, but the 1K sticker located here on you can see on the server here. the 1K cigar. Make sure you email Deacon at profitradio.com and we'll send you one. Just tell us your address. We're not going to share it to anyone. We're not going to give it to anyone, but we'll send it right out to you. So I'm trying to get in fit. I'm trying to stay in shape. I'm going to the gym and stuff. And my nurse practitioner, I think the government's against me. I think what's happening is, for somewhere, I think not last year, I think 2016 going into 2017, they said the I always have problems saying that, blood pressure should be between 130, 135 over 80, 85. And for the most part, I was between 137, then down to 132, over 75, over 85, depending on what time of the day I went there to get my blood pressure checked. And then all of a sudden they said, you know what? No, that's too high. The whole entire United States is about that level. That's too high. Let's get it lower. And the doctor should say, well, why would you want to get that lower? Well, because the whole entire United States, their blood pressure's fine for the most part of us being obesity and stuff, but we're working on that. That's another issue that we're working on. They said, no, we're not selling enough blood pressure medicine for, us to make enough money to buy another, whatever they need, another something that they need to buy. All right, so what the doctors, as a group, what should we do? We will give you $50,000 for every 100 pills that you prescribe if you agree to lower the high blood pressure levels to 125 over 75. Doctors go, really? $50,000 per 100? Let's do it. We all agree, and they bang the gavel, and they're off to the races. So, and then the Surgeon General goes, yeah, I don't know what the surgeon. I just remember the old guy in the 80s, 80s and 90s with the big, he had the beard. He looked like a friggin', what's the people that drove the horse and carriage people? What's their name? I almost said rickshaw. Not rickshaw. What's the people in the Quakers? Is it Quakers? The Amish. The wrong cereal. Sorry. So the Amish. He looked like an Amish guy. The one Surgeon General in the mid '90s who was talking about AIDS and stuff. Anyway, so Surgeon General goes, hey, guess what, everyone? Blood pressure is now supposed to be 125 over 75. And the whole United States, everyone's blood pressure, of course, went up. And then the prescription of everything went up. And everyone all the doctors were happy, and the pharmacists were happy, and the Walmarts are happy, and the CVS is happy, and everyone's happy. And then they're just, everyone's getting all these, hey, here you go, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. And so I think I've fallen into, in my opinion, that trap. I think I've fallen into that, whatever you want to call it, that, my blood pressure was fine because my whole entire life, my blood pressure was fine up until about 3 years ago. And 3 years ago, I started saying, you know what, I'm going to work out more. I'm not one for fast food at all. Believe me, I'm not one for fast food. I love a good, dirty burger. That's the only thing I can say. But I will literally not go to those because I know how in my life and where I'm at, how it affects me. I'm not, like I said, 5 bites, I'm like, I shouldn't be eating this. But that hasn't happened in a long time. But now I'm going to the gym all the time, and I'm being healthy and stuff. And so, by the way, Deacon, for the last 2 years, you've been running on the treadmill, and you've lost all this weight, and you've done a great job, and your muscle tone's looking good, and you're dropping pant sizes left and right and stuff. But now you have high blood pressure. How did I get high blood pressure? How? Well, What are you drinking? What are you eating? What are you doing? What's your normal daily activity? And this is just the other day. Fucking chair! I'm gonna fucking burn it. I'm like, well, I get up in the morning now, And I have a protein shake with a little bit of creatine in it, and my yogurt and my banana. Oh, that's too many carbohydrates. Okay, thought you want to have carbohydrates in the morning. No. When do you work out? I said, between 12 and 1. Well, when do you drink your shake? First thing in the morning. I got, shit to do at the French. So it's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm drinking this protein shake and watching my sugars and all that stuff. No. Well, I'm not drinking. We talked about this last time. There was an article that we read. I'm talking to my doctor. This is how we talked to her. So we talked about this article that I read about the artificial sweeteners are actually putting on more weight than anything. Yes, you should. Are you still? No, man. I said it takes me so, man. Listen up, man. Lady, doctor. Sorry, is she a doctor? No, she's not. I can call her what I want. So I'm sitting there and I'm like going, no, I'm reading labels all the time and looking for stuff that's no artificial sweeteners. And, my wife's doing the Whole30. So I literally grab stuff off the shelf that looks healthy. It's got all the frou-frou leaves and like lavender and stuff on it. And I hand it to her. I go, can I have this? These words are very fancy compared to my normal speak. And she's looking at it. She's like, it's, citric acid and follicle-2 and fructose and hydrochloride. No, you can't have this. And I'm like, oh, it looks so good. So I'm literally taking like tea bags. Now I understand why people drink tea all the time. Just normal tea bags and putting in hot water, no sweetener, no nothing. And I'm not hot water. I'm doing the dried crystal stuff or whatever. I think Lipton makes a decaffeinated, sugar-free. I mean, it's literally nothing. It's ground up tea leaves. You just throw it in your in your thing of water, and it's like tea leaves are floating around all day long. But it's tea. It's decaffeinated. There's no taste to it. I add an actual lemon. Take squeeze a little bit of lemon, and then just to give it a little kick, and that's it. I tried the vitamin water. There's one that I can have that's like orange juice flavored, but it's not very good. And then that Bai, B-A-I, with the little hyphen over it. I've been drinking that, but I do 50-50 on that. And then my nurse practitioner wants me to do kombucha. I can do kombucha. I like kombucha. You saw a couple of videos a while back of myself. My chiropractor got me hooked on. Not hooked. Yeah, I got some kombucha. My chiropractor said, yeah, try kombucha. I said, sure. So I got it and took a sip, and my wife's like, oh, this tastes like acid vomit. And then Teacher Man, there's a video of Teacher Man drinking it too, and he did okay with it. It's a little different. It's an acquired taste, but I've been drinking that. But it's only like 1 part kombucha tea, because the thing's like $3-4. It's like fucking something stupid. $3 or $4 for the 16-ounce thing of freaking whatever it is, and I put it in my cup full of ice. 32-ounce cup full of ice, kombucha, and then fill the rest up with water, and then just go about my day. But these are the things that I'm getting into, and I don't understand. How can you, as America, as society, and everything, when they say, oh, you can eat whatever you want, or they don't say eat whatever you want, but if you only worked out 3 times a day for 15 minutes, you see it on the TV, you see it all the time, and you can have a healthier lifestyle. Jesus Christ, I go to the gym religiously for an hour, and I come out of the gym, I'm freaking soaking wet, because I come right back to the French. And then they go, oh, you need to lose weight and your blood pressure's high. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I am no longer invincible. I cannot be a superhero. How can you be a superhero with... look at... I just watched the Avengers the other day, and half those guys are... Well, say half of them. A third of them. I'm going third. A third of them are older than me. And granted, they're fit and stuff, and they have all the money to spend all whatever, personal chefs and whatnot. But Christ, Robert Downey Jr. was doing drugs out the ass and in his butt and up his nose and out his butt and all that stuff. And he's running around fine. I'm just... So what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the defeated station located in the Queen City in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. I can't be an X-Men, I guess. I can't be an X-Men, but yet Deadpool's running around, shooting people and doing all that stuff left and right. When we come back, you know what? I'm not the only one that's getting the shaft here. There's a lot of people. There's two groups of people that we're going to talk about when we come back that are getting the shaft too. You might think that you're eating healthy. You might think that you're perfectly in good health and fit as a fiddle, but things are changing for these two groups of people. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Soak this chair in motor oil. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Teacher Man is off. Hanging out in New York City. He's passing out some 1K run stickers. Run to 1,000 downloads per day. If you want yours, you can email me at deacon@prophetradio, PROPHET radio.com, and I'll send it out to you. All you have to do is just give me your address, and I'll send it out to you. It's that easy. I'm just going to stick it in an envelope. I'll stick a couple other things in there and just lick the thing and put a stamp on it, and you can get my DNA, and you can make, monsters and stuff outside of that. Well, I was talking about two groups of people that are losing. You think they're healthy, or you think you're fit and stuff, but they're going through some troubled times right now. And I just want to say something. I'm going to touch on. I was thinking about this during the break. I was like, going, you know what else I don't trust about my damn nurse practitioner? It's that damn. This is the thing. It's one thing. Everything else is digital. Everything else is digital in the world. The thermometer under your tongue. Everything else, you put your finger in the little clippy thing, and it's like get your heart rate and stuff. But the one thing that's not digital, and it's very, very open to interpretation, is the damn. And your arm, you can feel. You know what I'm talking about? It's the cup thing. They call it a cup. The thing that goes around your arm, and you don't get. Oh, here's the thing: you don't get to see you don't know. You actually do not know what they're doing. You go. She goes, and you feel it tight on your arm, and then all of a sudden she releases it. Oh, you're 197/400, and you're like going. Those numbers, and you're looking at the dial on the thing. It doesn't even go that high. What happened? What does that mean? You don't even know what they're doing. Do you know what a blood pressure thing is? And I'm going to school you real quick. What a blood pressure thing is. They put it on your arm, and the nurse practitioner said, you need to get a big cup for your arms because I'm massive. If you're watching the video, my arms are massive, and they've got like a high school one. It's only 4 inches wide, and it goes around, where your elbow meets your upper arm. And so they couldn't get a good reading. I'm saying they couldn't get you can tell how pissed I am. I'm pissed about it. Anyway, so she's like, you might want to get one of these for the house. And when you get one with a bigger cup, it gets a bit more accurate reading. I'm like, how more accurate? So she sits there, and what an actual blood pressure thing does, they put the stethoscope, fancy word, I knew it, on the opposite crease of your elbow. So your elbow's on the outside where your arm folds in half. And what they're doing is they're listening for that main vein. And then they're squeezing things. And what they're doing is they're trying to cut off the blood supply. They can hear the blood flowing through. Because it's like rats in the wall or something like that. I don't know. I've never heard it. But they squeeze your upper arm to cut the flow off to the lower arm, and they can hear the blood stop flowing. And when they squeeze it, and they literally not hear it flow anymore, they look at the pressure, and then they go okay, and then they slowly back it off. They back it off until they hear the blood flow again. So that's your high and that's your low. Got it? Like I was 135/85. Perfect at any given time. Not this. Anyway, so 2 people. Guess what? You know what? I'm not perfect either. Either are those people. Are these people coming up? You ever heard of well, of course you've heard of them. Everyone's heard of them. Vegans. And what do? There's vegans and vegetarians. Vegans don't eat anything that has any more animal that's been produced by animals or anything in that nature of sorts. And then you have vegetarians that don't mind. They could eat like fish. They can eat like salmon, any kind of that kind of things. But they will not eat meat. Any red meat. Red meat. They don't want anything like that. So what's happening is they're finding out that now, vegan, in my own personal opinion, I understand vegans. I understand vegetarians. Believe me, I do. But where did it start? In my opinion, I think that it started from being poor. They couldn't afford to have. It's kind of like what happened in England. Here we go. Hear me out, people. Hear me out. Especially people over in Europe that download us. I think it actually came out of, in the English era, they always, the people in Britain and stuff, forgive me, this is just history. It's not a known fact. I just know that it's relative to what's going on. When the kings and queens would have meat, they would have, these big festivals and feast and whatnot. They would have all the stuff that their teeth could get into, and they'd have the nutrients and stuff. And all the people in the kingdom around them would just eat nothing but vegetables. And that's why their teeth are kind of soft, kind of crooked, kind of whatever. Call me out. I'm just saying, this is just It's history. And I think the vegan and vegetarian thing came out of that. Where, of course, the Europeans, they fled, to the colonies and blah, 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 and the other certain group of people. Anyways, long story longer, more than 7 million Americans are now vegetarians, and more of them are converting every year. Number of vegans in the USA has increased by 600% between 2014 and 2017. So there's this whole, because everyone's killing cows, and I blame the fast food for this. I really do. I blame fast food, and everything that's happening there is why more people are getting into here in the United States. Not where it started, but in the United States. So while it's predominantly a plant-based diets have numerous benefits and can also cause a underappreciated health problems. Several underappreciated health problems. Okay, the reason for those who avoid... Oh, excuse me. Hold on, let me read this line again. While it is true that the predominantly plant-based diets have numerous benefits, they also cause several underappreciated health problems. Thank you for reading that very slow, Mr. Deacon. The reason is to avoid animal food products is often that don't get enough of B12, the much needed vitamin found in animal products that helps build red blood cells, repair DNA, and protect the brain. That's where I was saying. I think the town, they were idiots because they weren't eating any B12, which is found in animal meat and stuff, and that's why kings and queens and stuff in Europe and stuff. I mean, you can follow the thread, you can follow the chain, you can follow the food, the food chain. There you go. How about that one? Let's follow that. So for the most part, vegans who don't eat any animal products and vegetarians that won't eat red meat, seafood, poultry, are short of B12. The study is produced by the American Journal in the Clinical has found that 10 vegans are below the normal levels of vitamin B12. So they're saying that the people, the vegans and whatnot, they have to eat like multivitamins and stuff. And who can trust those? Who can trust the vitamins that are out there? What are the vitamins that are out there? Nature's Choice, Sunset Trim. I'm making names up, but these, contact me if you want these names. But they're actually having to eat these. They're missing vitamin B12 out of the whole thing, and that's what vegans and vegetarians are missing. So here I am again. Let me state it again. I am eating correct meats. I'm eating a daily dose of vitamins. I'm doing my regular. Why is the things? You can tell this is going to. It's all about me and my health. It's all about me and my health. That's all I'm saying as I sip my show beer. So Keith Richards is still around. I'm just saying. All right. So watch anyone that's a vegan or a vegetarian. Just be careful. Make sure that you're eating enough vitamin B12 because you're losing that. And if you've already dedicated your life to a vegan or a vegetarian, that's great. You already know the side effects and what you can expect and stuff. You already know about the B12. So if you're thinking about being a vegan, thinking about being vegetarian, there's nothing wrong with it. Believe me, I agree with anything that makes your life and your health and doesn't affect everyone else for the most part better. Just be conscious that you need to take a lot of more vitamin B12. Older people, because elderly, when I say older people, elderly don't get enough vitamin B12 as well. So you have to watch that as well, because their intake is, more, I don't want to say processed, it's blender type food, it's blender type this, and it's almost like baby food. We all, I don't want to say regurgitate, but we all go back to being an infant, and the foods and stuff that we eat are need to be a little bit more digestible. So you have to watch your elderly people, make sure they're getting enough vitamin B12. If you have anyone that not in hospice, because that's another side story, but anyone who's in any kind of care or nurses care and stuff. Teacher Man does Meals on Wheels. and he goes to these places and delivers meals to these people, and they're full meals, lunch, dinner sometimes for some of them, and make sure they're getting the correct amount of vitamin B12. That's what you need just for brain function and your muscle function as well. So keep an eye on that. And we also have another group of people. I know it's going to be a long segment, but that's okay. It's okay. You're here for the long haul. Another group of people. Oh my God! If you were talking about getting fit and and thinking about, if you're a young lad, such as myself, if you're a young lad, they're changing the rules. I don't know what the rules used to be, but if you want to join the Army, you need to be physically fit. Of course, military, any rank of the military, you need to be physically fit, smart-wise, health-wise, physical-wise. But the Army, U.S. Army, is changing their format as far as how they gauge how fit you are. So we're gonna talk about that right when we get back. So you're listening to Deacon Live. Stick around. I'll be right back. This fucking chair. Here you go. Welcome to the show. All right. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Teacher Man is out again. You can see us on the video feed here. Hi. And you can see Teacher Man's stand-in double over there. It's actually that bust that's over there is I used to do when I was in UCF. We used to do I was in the theater program. Shocker. And we would have to do makeup or make a, what's the thing where, you know, the prosthetics and stuff for people's faces. So we'd have to do a mold of someone's face. And then when the mold comes out, and then you can design the mold and stuff, the prosthetics, you know, whether the person needed to have like a gash in their head or whatnot. And that's a mold I had from my days at UCF, University of Central Florida. And I just kept it. It was she's an Asian woman. And I forget what we were doing. We were making something with her face. It's been, since 92, 93, we've had that. So anyways, that's Teacher Man's stand-in that you see over there on the other side of the camera. Someone else that can't stand in is make sure that if you're fit and stuff, you're going to be left on the sidelines if you're trying to join the Army, because the Army is, they were stepping it down for a while, and now they're stepping it up. And when I say they're stepping up, they're changing the whole process as far as they're putting you in 3 different tiers. Now, I don't know if this has been going on for a long time or anything. When I turned to a certain age, I was dating this, well, I say I was dating this one girl. I dated this one girl many years ago, and she served in the Army. She was released. And she went through basic training. She served a couple years in Iraq, or I forget, Kuwait, and then came home. And then we started dating for a while, and then we split up for whatever the case may be. I think her husband came home, and then we kept in contact and whatnot. And then I turned 26, and she. Oh, happy birthday. How does it feel that the actual U.S. Army, or 25 or 26, the actual U.S. Army does not want you anymore? And I said, what? She's like, no, you're at that age where if you're over a certain age, they don't want you anymore. And I'm like going, well, good. I don't have to worry about the draft, I guess. No, the draft goes on till 31. I'm like going, shit. But this is during, the Kuwait War and Desert Storm and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm dating myself. But anyways, soldiers can now stop wondering how to pass the Army's new combat fitness test. Now that the document shows that there's minimal standards for each test, and 6 events has been leaked online. You ready for this? Oh, here we go. The final standards are not to expect to be approved until October of 2019. It may adjust it until the approval process is happening. All soldiers will be required to take gender and age neutral tests by October 2020. So they're putting both of you, male and female, in there. It's a 50-minute test and involves strength deadlifts, medicine power ball, or medicine ball, power throw, a set of push-ups, and during the soldiers will lift their hands off the ground each time they push up 250 minutes sprint drag. Get the fuck out of my face. I got a fly flying around here. Get that fucking fly. It's been bothering me for years. All right. So during the year-long field test, minimum requirements for each category will be the following. You ready? So moderate, lifting 240 pounds. Throwing a medicine ball, lifting a medicine ball and throwing it 2.4. Why am I saying 2.4? 4.6 meters. Completing 10 push-ups. Really? 10 push-ups? Getting through the spring, drag, and carry event within 3 minutes and 35 seconds. I don't know what that is. I'll look it up. Doing one leg tuck. This is what got me the most. I mean, I can figure out the sprint, drag, and carry. That must be with someone like, like the fireman race up the stairs and whatnot. But doing one leg tuck and completing a 2-mile run within 21 minutes and 7 seconds. Okay, so can you do let me think. Hold on. I run on the treadmill at, they told me there'd be no math. So I run on the treadmill at a rate of 4.4 for 5 minutes. And I do 0.37 miles. So if you guys have an answer for that, and tell me if I can do a 2-mile run within 21 minutes and 7 seconds, let me know at Deacon Live or Deacon at ProfitRadio.com. Or make sure you like us on the Facebook. So I do 4.4 on the treadmill for 5 minutes. And I get about 0.37 miles on the treadmill. All right. So that's the first. I guess that's like entry level. All right. If you do this, we'll let you in. All right. Whatever. Junior, go over there and sit in the corner. The second category is significant. Significant means, that's your classification, you're lifting 160 pounds, throwing a medicine ball 6.5 meters. Why do they have to put they're doing pounds and meters. I don't know. Doing 20 push-ups, push-ups, completing the sprint, drag, and carry within 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Okay. Doing 3 leg and tucks and finishing the 2-mile run within 19 minutes. All right, hold on a sec, because I want to see what the hell is a leg. What's the leg lift thing? Hold on, I'm gonna go back here, and we can all listen together. This is what they call the what do they call it? The leg and tuck or leg tuck, leg tucks. Can I say that again? Leg tucks. Get ready. Probably going to have a commercial.
Starting position is the extended hang, using the alternating grip, left or right, with the palms alternating on the bar. Throughout the exercise, keep the feet together.
Ready? 1.
On count 1, pull up with the arms and raise the knees toward the chest until the elbows touch the thighs just above the knees.
Ready? 2.
On count 2, return to the starting position. Dismount and sound off with a number of repetitions performed.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty exciting, I guess. I don't know. Does that sound exciting? Can you do that? Can you lift yourself up? Your big fat ass? Your big your big bologna cheese eating ass up one time? I guess. I don't know. I don't know if the standards are higher or lower. All right. Here's the last one. This is called the heavy degree or whatever. Lifting 180 pounds, throwing a medicine ball 8.5 meters, doing 30 push-ups. Now this is all done in 50 minutes, so it's like one of those extreme, what do they call, CrossFit guys, where they beat themselves in the head and punch each other until they bleed and they can't have sperm anymore. And then doing 30 push-ups and completing the sprint, drag, carry within 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and then doing 5 leg tucks, and then running about 2 miles within 18 minutes. So there you go. If you want to join the Army, starting October, the Army will experiment with different ways to determine which category a soldier will fall into: pray, told, task, and purpose. So if you want to be in the Army, get your ass in shape. Go see your doctor. Make sure she doesn't test your blood pressure. But that's what's going on with the Army. And I don't know if I could even do that. Maybe me and Teacher Man, myself and Teacher, we should do, between the two of us, to try and see. Now, granted, he's an older gentleman and whatnot. Maybe we could, maybe I'm going to get this fucking fly. maybe we could try it and see just the sit-ups alone. Push-ups. Let's do push-ups alone. You always see that, the Howard Stern thing. Oh, we can do push-ups. We can do whatever. Let's see how fit you are. But he always brags about how fit he was. He had the V, the wide shoulders and the thin waist, and wide shoulders and thin waist. And he'll tell you a million times. But yeah, so everyone, we're all trying to get in shape. We're all trying to be healthy. We're all trying to live longer. We're all trying to do... I'm going to get this fucking fly. I am. We're all trying to better ourselves, and I'm just discouraged. my nurse practitioner, I'm gonna prove her wrong. When I say I'm gonna prove her wrong, I did fasting today. She wants me to do intermediate fasting. You guys familiar with that? Something called like the 16-8 or the 24-2 or whatever the thing is that they call it. And I did my first 16-8, and last night I ate my dinner. My last meal was at 7 o'clock, and I woke up like I do every morning at 5:30. Had a thing of tea, kombucha tea. Like I said, the 30, I only put like a third of it in my cup and then filled the rest with water. Did my normal chores. Drove into the station, hung out at the station. Of course, there's always free food here at the station. We have sponsors left and right that, advertise and drop stuff off. Steered away from that. Did my post work and all my news clips and stuff that I do for the station, and then I'm like, okay, my goal is I have to not do anything until 10:30 this morning, and I did it. Well, 10:15, I was like going, Deacon, we got a meeting at 11 o'clock. Do you have time for it? And I'm like going, okay. So I ate like 2 pieces of cheese and a hard-boiled egg, so I kind of ruined it. But I did good. It was my first day. I did good. I had 2 cups of coffee with maybe a half a tablespoon of sugar in 16, 10 ounce, whatever the cup is. So I did good. So I'm doing the intermittent fasting and whatnot, but at least I can count what a half a teaspoon is or a half a tablespoon is, and that stuff. One thing I noticed, counting. I was talking about the measurements and time and weights and stuff. I witnessed something this past weekend that I just want to bring to your attention and my audience's attention. I just want you to hear this story. I was kind of upset. I didn't get involved at all, because if I would have gotten involved, it would have been, Facebook, World Star, whatever. I would have gotten involved in that. But I just want you guys to know that I saw something, and I wanted you to be aware of this. And it involved just a simple transaction at a local convenience store that I saw. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is Deacon. Teacher Man is off all over New York. He's hopefully not flying his drone. He was flying his drone, but his family members up there were flying a drone over there in Islip, close to Islip Airport, and the drone got shut down. So he's up there right now, seeing his mama, make sure she's okay. I think she's 92 or something like that. So he's going up there and taking care of her for a little bit. And Boy, that's a horrible way to go into this segment. And speaking of talking about taking care of people, I was talking about previously about going into the convenience store and seeing something that kind of, I didn't get involved or anything, but this is what happened. All right, let me just lay this out for you, and you guys can take it in as you want. Give us a call at the station at any time at 407-448-8800, or text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. Make sure you go to the Prophet Radio website, and on the bottom it says "Be Heard." We'll give you some free shit if you drop us a message, and it comes right here to the station. So I'm standing in line, and this, if you guys are familiar with QT is short for Quick Trip. Now, born and raised in Florida, we didn't have Quick Trip. We've got 7-Eleven and the now Wawa's coming in, but normally it was 7-Eleven, Circle K, and Kangaroo came in, and Marathon came in, and then they're invading Florida. But a lot of people live and die in the Carolinas by QT, and I believe them. And then Sheetz is another great place. And what they do is they have a lot of fresh baked goods. They also have I don't want to say like a hot bar, but if you want a homemade pretzel, they literally they pull it out of the freezer and they throw it in the microwave. But there's a group. I mean, there's two separate sides. And when you walk in there, you have the registers. If you're watching on the video feed, on the left-hand side they have all the cash registers, and on the right-hand side of the store they have where you can get like the pizzas and stuff. And the great part that I like about QT, this is the best part I like. You got one guy, he's got a cash register in front of him. He's got a countertop, an open countertop on one side, and an open countertop on the other side. And he literally goes, "I'll take you over here." And as he's ringing him up, he looks over, and you're putting your stuff on the left-hand side, and he's like, "Okay, when you're done and pay, all right, is there anything else? Do you need your receipt?" "No." "Okay, that's one less thing I got to do." And he looks at you and goes, "Is this it?" Blah, blah, blah. Put your card in the thing, swipe. And as the other guy's leaving, and you're swiping, he brings the other person over to the other side. Put your stuff right here, and he looks at it, he's waiting for you to pay on the left-hand side. You pay, okay, you're gone. Is that all for you? But they're left and right. I love it. It's genius. I don't know behind the scenes how accurate it is, but for the most part, they do a great job. Unfortunately, I was sitting on the far register where it was just, the manager came over and just opened up one side. And I'm sitting there, just trying to, I wasn't getting hot dogs. I wasn't getting sodas. I was on my new diet. So I got my sugar-free, whatever, bubbly water that had no and I got a bag of nuts. I got a bag of cashews. I'm not allowed to have peanuts. So I'm sitting there. Look at me, holier than thou. So I'm sitting there with my Nutri-Grain, whatever, filtered free water, and my nuts that haven't touched the ground since they were born. And it was like $4. And I'm watching. He's trying to handle me and the guy he brought over. Or I say the guy. It was a kid. He's probably 9, 10 years old. On the other side of the register, and he's like going, no, you can't have that. He's putting his head down. No, you can't have that. No, you can't have that. And he waves me over, and I put my stuff on the counter, and he's like, "Oh, is that all for you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like going, "Teresa." "No, sorry, Teresa, not you." Let me do another one. "Amanda." "No, Teresa, I don't need you." "I know, sorry. Just answer the phones." I always use Teresa's name because she's convenient. She's right there next to in the lobby. So let's say Amanda. "Amanda, can you help me? Can you help him? Can you help me for a minute?" And Amanda comes over, and she's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "He's only got $1, and he's got like $3 worth of stuff up here. Can you show him, what he can buy?" And QT is really, really good. At the checkout lines, they have, at the top is like $5 stuff and then $4 stuff. And the very, very bottom, of course, where the kids are, is like 35-cent stuff. Meanwhile, this kid came up with a this boy came up with a. You ever seen like the what do they call it? It's always wrapped in saran wrap, and it's like a cheesecake or something. And someone actually made this and brought it into the not restaurant, but the service station. Here's your delivery for Myra's cheesecakes, and they put the price tag on it. It's $2.99 each, and he comes up to the counter. This little boy comes up to the counter, and he's got like the little thing of donut holes and this little cheesecake thing that's wrapped in saran because they look good. They look delicious. They look awesome, and he's like going, okay, that'll be $4.95, and he's like going, this is all I got. And the guy behind the counter at QT is like going, well, you're gonna need a couple more dollars. And he's like going, I don't know where his mom is. I don't know if he's there on a bus trip. There's no other siblings. Normally a little boy at a certain age, 10 years old, maybe 11. I'm pushing 11. But he's old enough to be at the counter, and his nose and mouth are above the counter. That's my gauge for how old a kid is. If his nose and mouth come above the counter, he must be 9, 10, 11 years old. You know what I'm saying? So the guy at the counter, he's trying to be as polite as possible. I'm sure it's all training, which is great. He did a great job. He's like going, no, you need another. Oh, I don't have any more money. And he's walking. He goes, well, what can I buy? I mean, he literally looks at the dude and goes, what can I buy? And the guy's like going, well, where's the rest of your group, your family, your mother, your father? Where's the rest of your group? And that's when he called Amanda over. And Miranda, her name's fucking Miranda. Miranda comes over and goes, he's like going, hey, can you help him? He's only got $1. Can you show him, what's $1 and what adds up to $1? And I'm sitting there going, why he doesn't understand what $1 is? What the value of $1 is? Why? And so now, he doesn't understand what the value of $1 is. He doesn't understand what he can buy for $1. So let's pull ourselves out of the picture. You ready? Pull ourselves out of the picture and think about what led up to this. He probably had someone in his life, not currently, in the past, future, whatever, where he's put stuff on the counter. And whether it be a parental figure, a social figure, church, school, parents, whatever, he's put it up on the counter, and they just basically said yes. So now in this instance, the cash register guy said, where's your group, where's your family, where's your or where's your whatever, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. This is all I have. I have $1. So now here's this cashier that has to break it down to him, saying, hey, look, what you picked up here is not what you can afford. You can't afford this, little man. You cannot afford this, buddy. Unfortunately, I can't. Miranda, can you please help him find something on the... And he cashed me out, and I kind of walked away, and I kind of thought about it. I'm like going, well, what? I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if the whatever came in and, said this and that, you can't afford that, or this is all you got, or this is all the money that your mom or dad or parent or provider gave you for your trip, but this is all you can afford. He didn't know I guess my main point is he didn't understand the value of $1. He did not understand the value of $1. And he must have been, like I said, between 9 and 11 years old. Simple math. I mean, I felt bad. There's more to the story, but I don't want to bring it out. It just that fact He didn't understand the value of a dollar. For himself. I mean, I'm sure he understands, we all understand the value of a dollar, but what a dollar actually bought him. And he looked very disappointed. I mean, he did. So, I don't know. I just saw that, and I just wanted to share that with you. And, tell me how you feel. I mean, if you've ever seen that or experienced that, or what are your feelings on that? You can give us a call at any time at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. And if you can't do that, if you can't text us or whatever, it's just email me, Deacon at prophetradio.com. We'll get you something. We'll give you some free stuff. And just tell me what you think, how you feel about that. Because it was kind of unnerving to me. It was a lot. It was very unnerving. And, you know what? I play cruel guy all day long. I can be a son of a bitch all day long. I told my wife I'm the biggest asshole you ever met. I'm a son of a bitch all day long. But, I saw that, and, you go from, having this chip on your shoulder or what you believe in, and then seeing this, and I don't know. It was just something that kind of struck me. Just personally. So you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back. 8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. And if you can't do that, if you can't text us or whatever, it's just email me, Deacon at prophetradio.com. We'll get you something. We'll give you some free stuff. And just tell me what you think, how you feel about that. Because it was kind of unnerving to me. It was a lot. It was very unnerving. And, you know what? I play cruel guy all day long. I can be a son of a bitch all day long. You know, I tell my wife I'm the biggest asshole you ever met. You know, I'm a son of a bitch all day long. But, you know, I saw that, and, you know, you go from, you know, having this chip on your shoulder or what you believe in, and then seeing this, and I don't know. It was just something that kind of struck me. Just personally. So you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back. There you go. Took a lot out of me. All right, let's do. God, it's fucking time clock. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800 live in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. And you know what? I just want to say something. Kathy Griffin, the whole beef with me and Kathy Griffin, or the station with Kathy Griffin, she was in the Charlotte area here locally. We put out news flyers and stuff for her. Hey, you know, F her in the A. You know what? She had a chance to come here. She was literally like 2 blocks from the studio here, and she's doing a live, you know, comedian, whatever bullshit that she wants to do. She was here. Man, F her. F her. F her. You know, she had her chance to, you know, I need a job. She had a job right here. All she had to do was show up. That's all she had to do was show up. Oh, man. Nope. She didn't want to do it. Well, you know, we only reach, you know, over 16 countries, and we almost get like 1,000 downloads per day. And so, Kathy Griffin, sorry, you're a loss. You're a loss. You know what else? You know who else is losing? Is Mattress Firm. You know who Mattress Firm is? And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because we have a new sponsor, and it's the Purple Mattress. If you're not familiar with the Purple Mattress, we bought one. We love it. I'll stand behind it. I'll throw eggs off of it, land on it, sit on it, and the eggs won't break. But Mattress Firm, my wife at the time, not my old wife, my new wife. No, my current wife, my actual wife, my only wife. God, Jesus Christ, can I dig myself into a deeper hole? My wife, we had a mattress that was like kind of willed to us or given to us. And long story short, it was 18 years when we got it, and we had it for another 10 years. It was just done. It was done. My back was hurting. That's probably why I have the centronatic disc, made up word, sounds technical, in my back. And we bought we went to all the mattress firms and Sleepy Time Mattress and all the other people and all that stuff, and you know, the brick and mortar stores where you go lay on the mattress. You know, you need to lay on it. You know, so we did. We laid on all the mattresses. We laid on all of them. They're all like, you know, $3,000, $4,000. Oh, you want the cotton fiber interwoven, you know, bed bug protection unit over the top of it. Yeah, I want that. Well, that's another $2,000. You know, you can't walk out there for over $2,000 or $10,000. $10,000. I'm like going, Jesus Christ, I'm sleeping on this. I'm not freaking humping it and making a car payment. It's driving me to work. Jesus Christ. But Mattress Firm at the time bought Sleepy Time Mattress or Sleepy's, whatever it is, and they were the two biggest. You know, the two came into one, and guess what? The one is now declared bankruptcy because there was it Tempur-Pedic. I'm out of here. See you later. Can't sell our mattresses anymore. I get a better deal on Amazon, selling my mattresses on Amazon than through your little stores that doesn't get anyone to come in through the door. And that's what's happening. All these not Amazon, but all these brick and mortar stores are going away because, like our purple mattress. Man, I watch video. You can spend more money on producing a video that shows how well your equipment, whatever you're selling. Purple Mattress had a great advertising campaign and stuff and I fell for it. I bought it. I loved it. I wanted to see more. I wanted to get it. And all these mattress people give you 100 days. You can sleep on it. We'll bring it out to you. We'll set it up. You don't like it? We'll come get it and bring your old one back. I don't know how they do that though. How do they bring your old one? You know what? Day 99. Honey, I don't like this mattress anymore. Why not? Because it's, I don't know. I want my old mattress back. Can we just flip it one more time? No, we can't flip it one more time. I'm trying to save $3,000 somewhere. Now, granted, the purple mattress that we bought was top of the line, and of course, baller, Profit Radio. But we did buy the better one. The purple mattress, and it was $3,000. I think it was like $2,900 and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, you lay on it and you literally feel like you roll over on your face or roll over on your back and roll over on your stomach, and you don't feel like you're being suffocated or anything's being. Anyways, so mattresses are going away. The brick and mortar store mattresses. I never agree. I always felt funny with that. Anyways. I always felt funny with buying a mattress. Well, let me take that back. I had one mattress when I lived at home with my mom and dad. And then I had that mattress when I moved into my house. And then I went out and bought a waterbed. And that waterbed lasted until I moved in with my girlfriend, which is now my wife. So I've only slept on like 3 mattresses in my whole entire life. I had a shitty full size. I say shitty. I had a small mattress, twin, full, whatever it was. And then, I got older and got a little bigger and had that. And then I went straight from that mattress, which they brought over to my house that I bought, into a full size, king size, California king size waterbed. And then the mattress that I'm sleeping in now with my wife. So I don't have a whole lot of, unlike you hussies out there, oh no, this is nice. If you meet a girl, and she sits on you for the first time, and she sits on your bed for the first time, and she kind of goes, or sits on the bed and goes, oh, this is nice. Hey, get rid of both of them. Get rid of both of them because they've sat on too many mattresses, and need I say more. So, just a lesson for me from Mr. Deacon. Deacon trying to teach you live stuff, or trying to teach you, the life's, what's going on and what you should look for. All you young guys out there in New Jersey and Maryland and all those guys around there, and Oregon, hopefully, and Illinois, if you could fix your name. Oh, God. All those people out there that you're new to this and new to your experiences and whatnot. One thing that's new to a lot of people is when you move. Let's say you sell your house and whatnot and you move somewhere else. And so you never know. I mean, on both ends, you never know what you're going to get. So, for example, let's say, you've been living in this house for like 20 years, and all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you decide to sell it and move somewhere else. All right, that's fine. So the people next door that you've known for 20 years or X amount of years, you kind of leave them. And then this new group of people, family, moves in. You don't know what they're going to do. You're like hoping, cross your fingers, they're going to be good and stuff. I remember when I bought my first house, my realtor said, if you want to know what goes on at this house, which is a weird thing, but when she told it to me, but I understand now, you want to know what goes on in this house, in this neighborhood, drive by here after 9 o'clock, after the sun goes down, and just drive around and park your car and see what happens. Well, when you're 20 years old and you want to buy a house, you don't care. I don't care. I can, I'm indivisible. I'm indivisible and indefensible. And no one can hurt me. No one can hurt me. So that's what I did. I said, I don't care. I can fend off myself and blah, blah, blah. And of course, my house was in at the time, it was a good neighborhood. It was a rough neighborhood, but it was a good neighborhood. And everyone looked out for each other. Anyways, but now the housing market crashed and everyone, and then comes back up and everyone's buying houses left and right. So, your neighbors change as quickly as, your data plan on your phones. So now, we bought the French, which is our forever home for the most part until we hit the 6 lucky numbers. And the family next door to us on one side, unfortunately had a tragic accident. Something happened and had to sell the house and move. But we've known them since we moved here. And now they're gone. And then the other family on the other side, the opposite side of the properties, they're fine. They're like 5 deep, family members. So if one dies, someone's gonna be there to take their place and continue on doing what they do on the other side of the property. I hate to say that, but that's what's going on over there. But the one side where the family had a tragic accident or situation that happened, they're gone, and now a new family came in. So here we are, and we're sitting on, 20, 30 some odd acres, and the next door neighbors come moving in, and you wonder what they're going to do. And you wonder who they are or what they want to do with their side of the property. So they show up. They show up, and kind of like it's a trickle thing. It was nice. It was neat and nice. You saw the for sale, it sold, and then for sale sign went down, and then you saw like a couple weeks later you saw a moving van, unconventional moving van. No markings on the side, and you're like, all right. And then you saw another moving van and another car. You're like, all right, cool. They've got a vehicle. And then you see, people moving around. Most of the stuff was done at night, which is weird, but each to his own. But so eventually they got all moved in. And my wife hated me because she was out, doing her things, with the horses and stuff. And I would meet the people on the other side of the fence or the property. They're a little different. They're a little different. I don't want to say they're just like us. They're a husband and wife, probably about the age of myself and my wife. They have 5 kids. They have a newborn that's probably about 6-7 months old. But it's just kind of weird seeing, hey, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, this is, Rebecca and Reshmeka and, Tommy and Timmy and Tom and Todd. And, you're trying to sit there and remember all these names. I'm like, I can't even remember the names of the chickens that I have. It's just weird. It's just a weird. It's when they move in, you try to get used to their lifestyle because you got to live next to these people, even if outside of the acreage and stuff, but just being in close quarters. So if you have an upstairs neighbor or downstairs neighbor or left neighbor or right neighbor that moves in, it's just weird. It's a weird. Us as humans, it's just a weird combination of what we have to do when we've been established. And I think that's a lot of times you get into some apartment complexes or neighborhoods and stuff, and you get a high rental, rental turnover. If you're living in rent, yeah, God damn it, son of a bitch, and cops are called out on and they wanted to know what happened. That's my news voice, so I hope that's good news voice. It's just it's new. It's new when you live out here. You think out here, someone's going to spend this amount of money on a certain property or a certain size of land. You don't think they're going to move. You think they're going to, what's going to happen? They're going to live and die here. You're going to live and die here, and everyone's going to live and die here. It's just weird. We've never been in that situation before, where that kind of happens. So it's just a new experience, living on the French. When you get a whole new set of French neighbors, because they have a French. I mean, it's just as large as our property, and you wonder what they're going to do with the property. Now, most of ours is developed. Trees are removed, and horse amenities have been made, and then you look at their property, you're like going, so what are you going to do with the property? And they're like going, just let my kids run around, run all through it and stuff. I'm like, okay, you need help with anything, clearing trees out? No, we don't know what we're going to do. You need a tractor? Do you have a tractor? No. All right. No tractor, huh? So, no, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. Now, they don't have any four-wheelers or anything, but I've noticed they've hung a lot of... This is the funny part. They've hung a lot of, these makeshift swings. You see over lakes and stuff, the ropes with knots in them, and all of a sudden, a 2x4 on the bottom, and they swing, but they're not, we have no lakes around here. I mean, there's a pond, the next, parcel over, but I wouldn't swim in that thing. It's freaking algae infested. Anyways, it's just weird getting used to a new neighbor. And you talk to the kids, and the kids are, I think the oldest one is 14, and the youngest one, of course, the youngest one's 9 months. Or 7 months. I don't see that one. But the kids in between, there's 4 other kids in between, and you try to connect with them, and you're like going, hey, what's going on? And then, they're over here all the time, and they found out they were homeschooled. So you're like going, they're craving for attention or some kind of entertainment. I can't give that to them. But I try, I try to be nice. I try to, talk to them and stuff. My wife hates it. And I I sit there and I go, I pat the youngest one on the head, and I pat him on the head. He comes up to about my hip, so he's good. I can put my arm right on his head, and I like him. He's cool. And I go, what are you doing there? He's like going, nothing. My mom wanted me to ask you if we can have eggs. Because we have eggs on our property. Yeah, you can have as many as you want. How much are they? I go, well, this is a big lesson. It almost blew his brain. I said, well, you can have any of these eggs in the refrigerator right here. We have a refrigerator out in the garage. I said, you can have them. They're $3 a piece. Okay? But if you help me feed the chickens and water the chickens, any eggs that we get out of the coop, you can have for free. That's a good deal. 2 dozen eggs. You know what? Doesn't want to do it. But he's at that age. He's like 6, 7 years old. He wants to run around and play in the field. He doesn't want to help in to get free food for his family. He'd rather have his mom and dad pay $3 for a dozen of farm fresh eggs. But yeah, I mean that's I mean, that's kind of the same way that the little boy in the store had $1. Really didn't have to, he put stuff up on the counter. Had $1 and didn't understand the value of $1. Well, hopefully that'll come around full circle for both of them. So I got some depressing news. Yeah, it's been 50 years, and I don't have to do the math anymore. So I'll get into that here in just 1 second. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. $3 for a dozen of farm fresh eggs, but yeah, I mean that's you know, I mean that's kind of the same way that the little boy in the store had $1. You know, really didn't have to. You know, he put stuff up on the counter at $1 and didn't understand the value of $1. Well, hopefully that'll come around full circle for both of them. So I got some depressing news. Yeah, it's been 50 years, and I don't have to do the math anymore. So I'll get into that here in just one second. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Hello. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Oh, give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. Located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Live in the Queen City studio. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Do Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And you can find that on the Prophet Radio, PROPHET, radio.com website. And you can find all the links and stuff. So guess what? I'm going to confess it right now. I guess I'm the asshole. No, I'm not an asshole. I just want to say that I don't know what happened somewhere. Well, I know what happened. But how do I explain this? Well, I guess I could start at the beginning. Well, I could start at what triggered it all. You ready? So if you're looking on the web camera, the live video feed, you can see. Oh, hold on, I want to pull this up and make sure it shows up correctly. So right here it says "Let's party." Right? Got that? And then it says you're invited. It's all the scribbly stuff, and I'll read that to you. It says you're invited to, of course, written in, your mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary, August 19th, 2018. At 2 p.m., there's a dinner at Carlton and Shirley. I don't guess that's Shirley. God, they got shaky handwriting. In just outside of Orlando. Here's the phone number. Please come and celebrate. That's all I got. Please come and celebrate. So that's the main thing. This is probably a half-ass thing. But in this thing that they sent is this little letter. All right? So it says, I know you won't be able to attend. Now, this is from my aunt. My aunt, I guess, is giving the 50th anniversary party for my mom and dad. And it says, I know you won't be able to attend, but I would appreciate if you could write a few lines remembering something funnier, misspelled, and anything that I could read at the party to send it to me in a run-on sentence, reading along with other best wishes. I know how much this would mean to your mom and dad. Okay, let me explain something about this. All right, so this is my aunt is, oh God, I'm gonna sound like a dickhead. I'm gonna sound like the jackass. I'm gonna sound like the worst son ever in this thing. But let me explain a couple things, and you can tell me how you feel about it. Ready? I'm going to explain it to you like I explained it to someone else I was talking to. Okay, so you had many years ago, in a land far, far away, you had a man and a woman. That man and woman had 2 girls. Okay? And then, many miles away, another man and woman, many years ago, had 2 girls and a boy. All right? Those two couples, on their own, divorced. So the man from one group married the woman from another group. That's what I got so far. If you can figure that out, okay? And the man from the one group and the woman from the other group, two divorcees, had my mom, right? So that's my mom. So she's got half brothers and half sisters. Right, correct. So, of course, the half sisters and half brothers are probably about 10 to 15 years older than her. So there's an age difference already. Now, my mom's half sister. I know I'm getting really. This is like Ancestry.com. The thing with the point and the COM at the end of it. My mom's half sister got married and had two girls. All right. So one went off to college and she is a professor or something in Atlanta. The other one became she worked her way through college and blah 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 and had a great career. She's got her own consulting firm. She worked for Darden Restaurants for a long time and married. Here we go. That's where it gets interesting. Married a Florida senator's son. So the Florida senator adopted a boy, had two kids of his own, and then adopted a boy. And the boy that he adopted, she married. All right? So in the long haul of that, he went to school, I mean, just like on his bare knuckles and teeth and stuff. He just wanted to skate through school and went to University of Florida and got a associate arts in liberal management, which is, stupid as basic as you can get. Anyways, but the background story of the boy that was adopted from his senator father, he's got a trust fund somewhere. So the one daughter went to school, married him, and they bought a house in a very posh neighborhood in Florida. It's not Tiger Woods area, but it's a posh area. So now, are you still following with me? So I, myself, Mr. Deacon, created a landscape design architect company. I did that all by my own with the help of my girlfriend, my wife my wife. And I did a good job. And she, allowed me to do this. And the adopted son said, "Hey, why don't you do my yard? I want to see how good you are." So I did it for a month, did it for 2 months, redesigned everything, clipped and trimmed and moved and stuff and built walls and, landscape and stuff. You know what landscape architects do. So within 2 to 3 months, I went from one client, which was him, to 5 clients. And then 5 clients went to 10 clients. And of course, you know how that ball rolls. Something happened with a billing with him. And he got upset. And he wrote me a nastygram. I'm sure you know what a nastygram is. And he said that, and this is all based on my aunt's letter that just says I'm not going to show up. Stay with me, folks. He said that, if it wasn't for me, you would not be in this community. You wouldn't make the money that you were making, and you need to bow down to me and suck my balls and all that stuff. And I said, well, you know what? As of this point, I'm not working for you anymore. And he said, well, you can just take your whole entire company and pull it out of this neighborhood. Now, he is no blood to me. And I went to my aunt, whose daughter is married to this person. And of course, it's my aunt, it's my mom's sister. And I said, hey, this is what's going on with dipshit over here. He said all this stuff to me. Why why are you, what do you feel about that? And she said, well, it's true. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have the company that you're in. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. I guess you're sticking on his side, not my side. All right, we're blood and family and all that stuff. I get that's right out the door. So go F yourself in the A. Yeah, that was it. So, so take my mom's side, this whole side of my family, and just scratch them off. See you later. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I know I'm getting really, really deep, but it's drama. It's drama. So I told my mom about it. Well, you have to understand, Mom. You don't understand. She just said, all right, fine. So the long and the short is, my aunt scribbled me this and said, hey, by the way, I know you're not coming. Can you say something to your mom and dad's 50th anniversary? And my response is, unfortunately, I didn't go to the 35th anniversary. I didn't go to the 40th anniversary. I didn't show up at my dad's 70th anniversary. I didn't show up at my mom's 60, 65, or she's going to be 70 here soon. I didn't show up at any of that. You know why? Because my family did not support me because of all this. Because they are so worried about... They are socialites. They are complete socialites. They are socialites completely. They sit there and talk. They don't even talk about my dad's side of the family, where he's got crackheads, marrying thieves, and marrying, all this other stuff. I hate to say outside of races, but outside of races, and stripping medals down and trying to, strip medals down for crack money. No, every year they're invited to Thanksgiving. But no, Deacon's not allowed. Deacon's not allowed. We'd like you to come, but we know that you're busy. We know that you're busy with your big radio thing and your big podcast thing. I'm not. The problem is, you guys are fucking assholes and dipshits. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. If you need more information, just let me know. I mean, I can tell you the whole thing. Just give me a call. I know I'm dragging this out. I didn't want to be, trying to be personal, trying to be, bring you into my life and whatnot. And sometimes it sucks. So give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time. Or you can email me at deacon@profitradio.com and give me your opinion on anything. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Profit Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live. We're going to wrap up the show here in just 1 sec. Give us a call at the station at any time. Or actually, you know what? We're wrapping it up. Make sure you email us at deacon@profitradio.com. And make sure you go to the Profit Radio website. And on the bottom, it says Be Heard. Click on that. It'll say, activate your microphone. You can send us any kind of voice message at any time. We'll get it here at the station. And we'll respond to it right away. So, I guess that's the... well, I don't want to say that. We welcome all your input. Thank you for listening to us again. And Teacher Man should be back in the next day or so, maybe a week or so. So bear with us. I don't want to say bear with us because that sounds stupid. Stick around. So what did we learn today? Well, make sure you make sure you take your vitamins. Make sure if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, make sure you're getting some B12. Make sure you're looking at the actual gauge on the blood pressure medicine or the blood pressure thing that they on your arm. Make sure you're looking at that. Make sure you actually see the numbers. Now that you know what they're actually doing. And if you want to get fit for the Army, make sure you can able to do 5 or 6 leg jacks or whatever they're called. And oh shit. If you're going to buy a mattress, go online, see what they got. Look at purple. We love purple. Look out for new neighbors. You know, you never know what they're going to get or what you're going to get. So, you know, keep in mind that everyone's lifestyle is a little bit different than yours, and keep an open mind with it. On behalf of myself, and I say, on behalf of me, Teacher Man not being here, my name is the Deacon saying good night, and good night.